Right.
For it. Okay, here we go. Today is the Thursday, January 20th, a few minutes after 3. I'd like to call to order the Gig Harbor Civil Service Commission. And first thing, let's go to the minutes of the last meeting, which was November 4th, 2021.
Mr. Chair, did you want to call roll or anything?
Gee, that's a good idea. Camille, do you want to call roll?
Sure. Chief Kelly Busey,
I'm here.
Chair Chuck Perry,
Here.
Denny Richards,
Here.
Tom Brown,
Here.
Diane Bertram, HR Assistant,
Here.
Camille Borders, HR Director. Thank you.
Okay, sorry about that. Thanks for the reminder there, Kelly. Should we go to approval of the minutes? Did everybody get a chance to read the minutes?
Yes, I read the minutes, but I was not there. It was my fault. I was otherwise tied up, so to speak.
Okay, any changes or additions or deletions? Do I hear a motion? Tom?
I move we accept the minutes.
Okay, Denny?
I was absent that day.
I know. I'll second it then. All of those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, passes. New business. The detective sergeant position, currently in negotiations. Kelly, would you like to present on that?
I would indeed. Can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Tell me what you're seeing.
The police detective sergeant investigations and administration.
Perfect.
Page
Okay.
1.
Okay. So
Okay.
this is a reclassified position. As you know, in our department, we have 2 detectives. Detectives at this point are a non-promotional assignment. We have one semi-permanent detective and then one rotating detective that's a 2 or 3 year term at the discretion of the chief. What we've asked for from the council and they've approved in the 2022 budget is the reclassification of one of those positions from detective to a detective sergeant. It's not a new FTE, it's just a reclassification. The purpose of that is to give them some supervisory authority that will increase the efficiencies of the department. Primarily case flow. If we have an officer in the field that takes a police report, it gets sent to detectives and it needs some sort of groundwork done or some other information. Currently, the detectives don't really have any authority to direct the officer to do that. And so they would, with the promotional potential here, they would be able to then have the authority to say, hey, Officer Smith, go pick this up. Right now, they're coming to the lieutenant or me and interrupting us and saying, hey, here's my situation. Can you go speak to Officer Smith and have them do this? The other efficiency that we gain would be that the detectives are kind of the hub of paperwork flow in the department now. So pretty much every case runs through them, whether they do any follow-up or not. And they're intimately involved with the case management tools that we use now and some other ways of reclassifying crimes and case closure rates to keep track of those things. So this person would be assigned to oversee the police services specialists, currently the 2 ladies that work up front in our records division. That would take the onus off of the lieutenant to directly supervise them and me, part-time of supervising them too. And then I can push some of my things down to the lieutenant. Lieutenant can offload some of his stuff to this detective sergeant. And I think that we can take a breath because right now, you know, right to put it in layman's terms, there's no reason or I don't have time to be ordering uniforms and pens, you know? So I'm hoping to free myself up, free up the lieutenant who I described as the busiest person in the department, and then gain those other efficiencies that I spoke of. In the civil service rules, I can't decipher any real approval mandate for this position, but I think it's prudent to do so because we include all of the job descriptions as Exhibit C in the civil service rules. We have the police sergeant and police officer job descriptions listed. I think it makes sense that you formally adopt this into Appendix C or Exhibit C and include those with the job descriptions. Finally, this job description has been vetted by the union and they've signed off on it. That's my
Yeah, I
report,
have-
Mr. Chair.
Pardon?
That's my report, Mr. Chair. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Okay, one part of it that I don't quite understand is completes first line supervisor personnel evaluations. Now, this is going to be a sergeant, he's going to be completing first line supervisors, which are sergeants.
That's good.
Is he going
I
to be
wonder
a
if that's
staff
a-
sergeant?
Yeah, so I think the intent of that line, and I understand how it's not clear, and we could possibly adjust that, would be they would be the first line supervisor completing a personnel evaluation of their subordinate.
Okay. So,
So we
Yeah.
could we would actually just say completes personnel evaluations.
yeah, that would be clearer. The other sergeants wouldn't feel like he was going to be evaluating them. And then there's another, he's going to coordinate in-service training program. So he's going to be also the training officer or the training supervisor for the department.
Let's see, where are we at? Coordinates in-service training programs. Yeah, so we all have a hand in some of that now.
Yeah.
With all of the mandated training imposed on us by a lot of times the Criminal Justice Training Commission and or the legislature. There are several people within the department, the defensive tactics instructor, the driving instructor, the first aid instructor, things like that, that have to help coordinate some of those in-service training programs. So in the investigations realm, I'm sure that there would be some of those duties as well.
Okay, I was just wondering if he was going to have more work to do than just be the detective sergeant. He's also the training coordinator.
Well,
which-
not training coordinator, but just when it comes to, hey, we need in-service training on search warrants or something like that, they would be responsible to prepare that material.
okay.
Kelly, is it possible to increase the magnification of that document?
You bet. Where would you like me to be, Tom?
That looks good.
Do you want me to go to the top?
Yeah. Thank you.
This may have been provided to you as an attachment in an email a few hours ago too. I apologize for the delay on that, but
No, it was, yes.
That's where I got my questions, was off of that email.
let me know if you'd like me to scroll down.
I have a couple of suggestions in terms of word choices. I don't think that they're fundamental to the meaning, but for example, in the first line there, this is a highly responsible mid-management and human relations position. I think you don't really need to say more than it is a highly responsible management position. I think the rest is included, I think, or at least the human relations piece of it is included in the concept of management. And you save a few words.
Okay.
Hang on, let me find my notes here. What?
And I agree with that, Tom. I believe that when we, and again, this was adapted from a patrol sergeant job description. In that realm, I think the human relations part is critical, but in this one, maybe not as important.
I agree with you. Okay, the other part, the other second is, I don't understand. The employee is responsible for delivering and executing the mission, policies and procedures of the department, of the police department, et cetera. it seems like there'd be a better choice of words there. It's responsible for implementing and executing, but I don't know how you would deliver a mission or a policy or deliver seems to be the not the best word to express what you're trying to say there.
I agree with that.
Okay. I think the last one I had was on page 3. Let me see if I can find it.
I found an unnecessary word here too. I just deleted it.
Right. I see you've already marked that out.
I don't see the last one that I had there, so let's just skip that one.
Okay.
I'm done.
I would draw your attention, since we're on this page, to the qualifications. They're basically the same as they are for a patrol sergeant, with the preferred qualification of having some experience as a detective or investigator.
I think that's fine. It'd be good to have somebody that was experienced coming through the door being the sergeant.
Right.
Yeah.
And currently we have 2 people within the department that would be eligible for this position. Well, actually we'd have 6, but really with the preferred qualifications that whittles it down to 2
Ah,
people. One is on the promotional list currently, one is currently a sergeant.
okay. And that's your choice.
Correct.
Correct. Yeah.
Any other questions, comments?
No, I think it's an important position, and you'll be busy and they'll be doing a lot. I've seen them before, so yeah. Should be good.
Do I hear a motion?
I would move to approve this work.
For adoption as Exhibit C within the existing civil service rules.
Right, yeah.
With the amendments?
With the amendments, we're going to run these back at the union. I mean, they're just clerical things, and I'm sure they'll say whatever. But yeah, we'll just give them one final say so on it.
I don't think they're gonna have an issue, but
They will have no issues.
Okay. Any other discussion? Call
Nope.
for the vote then. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? None. It passes.
Thank you, and thank you for your suggestions.
And any other business? I guess discuss the change of date. Camille, did you want to address that?
sure. We had a suggestion last time by Mr. Brown to change the date of our meetings to Thursdays instead of Fridays. And I think that we were on agreement pretty much, and just want to make sure that that's still okay. And if we want to adopt that formally, we can add that to our civil service rules and amend it.
Yeah, I think that on Fridays, even though some of us are retired, you usually have something with family heading for the weekends, whether I have to run to the coast to see my 100-year-old mother-in-law now. She turned 100 in October, so. But we like to leave on Fridays sometimes instead of Saturdays. So.
So how about Thursdays at 3 p.m.? Will that work for everyone?
Works for me.
Works for me.
Works for me.
Okay, we'll update that information, and if we can get a motion to formally adopt that in our civil service rules, we can add that adjusted as well.
Denny or
So
Tom?
moved.
Okay, Tom? Denny, is there a second?
I didn't hear the first. I missed it.
Oh.
It cut out on
Oh, I'm sorry. Tom moved to adopt that change.
Oh, okay, I'll second that.
Okay. And any discussion or additional discussion? If not, all those in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? None? We're done. Very good. Anything else for other business?
Kelly, I just have a procedural question I wanted to ask you about. When you're out of town doing personal development down in Scottsdale, is there an acting chief appointed to cover in your absence, or is that not done, or how do you handle that?
Great question. Yes. When I leave the state, I normally designate the lieutenant as the acting chief during that absence. And within his contract, there's a provision for some compensation if it exceeds, I think it's 5 days. I have to look, but
Mhm.
I won't be gone 5 days.
Thank you.
Very good. Anything else?
Not officially.
On that note, do I hear a motion to close the meeting?
Mhm.
I would make a move to close the meeting so I can go to my birthday dinner.
Good answer. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Is it your birthday today?
Yeah,
Along with my mother. So happy birthday.
well, happy birthday to her. Her and I are probably the same age.
No.
All right, I'm gonna stop recording if the meeting is ended.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Evening.
Bye.
Wait,
Bye.
Diane.